Guess what I just finished watching? Yeah, Fantastic Four. So Fantastic Four was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that film. It has one of the most exciting sequences Marvel's made in a long time. And yeah, it's a good film. I really liked it. The world building that's clearly made in this entirely different Earth was genuinely fantastic. The cast is fantastic. The directing, the pacing, all of that is fantastic. My one thing that I have to say about the film is like my critique, which isn't really like a full critique. It's just I walked out of the theater really enjoying what I liked, but or what I saw, but what I didn't see was like it felt obvious that there was like maybe an extra half hour of the film that was left on the cutting room floor for various reasons. What reasons I don't know, but yeah, I really enjoyed it, but it's just there was a feeling like there was something missing, just like one little step that would have like pushed it up to being like truly brilliant of a film. Because man, yeah, this is the best Fantastic Four film, period. Like it's not even close. Like this is really good. The chemistry between the cast members as like the different family members was great. I think I had the lowest expectations for Johnny Storm personally, just because Johnny, I feel like in all the different interpretations of the Fantastic Four, he can be played different ways, and I wasn't sure how they were going to play him. So I enjoyed what Joseph Quinn brought to the role a lot. I think he did a good job with it, and I really liked what they did with the role of Johnny in the film. And they had the spirit of Johnny from the comics in there. I would say the one thing I would have really liked out of Johnny is one scene where he was being chased out by a girl who he was just like, meh, I'm done with, kind of thing. I don't know, it's the kind of womanizing thing that they don't want to lean into, but at the same time, it would have been a fun nod to say that not all of his relationships work out. And yeah, the Sue Storm, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm was she was fantastic in that role. You really felt her as the heart of the family. She really made the emotional weight land. Pedro Pascal, I can see. I enjoyed him, but I can see where people may not enjoy his take on Reed, because while he does seem smart and like he's really trying, I can see that the fact that he says I don't know and he seems nervous so much may not feel like Reed to some people, but I feel like that captures the early days of Reed really well. I think it captures the experience of wanting to be and being a new father very well. So I think they did a good job on that front. Eben Moss-Baccarat as Ben Grimm. He did a great job in that role. I really wish they had explored more of his kind of tortured psyche with being the Thing. And yeah, he did have a relationship with a woman in the film, but surprisingly, it was not Alicia Masters. I am genuinely confused by that point. Natasha Lyonne, she plays the woman in question. I forget her name off the top of my head. But yeah, I don't really know what was going on in that relationship. They didn't really do much. It was kind of flirty. But yeah, that part was whatever on that front. But yeah, there was clearly a lot of world building. I love the little sequence where Reed is like, oh, I've been monitoring 47 different crime rings within New York, and several of them are named villains of the Fantastic Four. But then that gets interrupted by the arrival of the Silver Surfer. And that's one sequence right there that of like the missing stuff, in my opinion, that I would have loved to have seen Reed's plans to take down all these villains when the Fantastic Four aren't there, because you'd think he would give like the police the technology to take down the Wizard, the Mad Thinker, and I think the Red Ghost was mentioned as well, which yeah, that's a sequence I think would have been really fun. Oh man, the sequence where they go to space, that was awesome. That was really cool. I really enjoyed that moment. The way space travel looked, it was fantastic. The Silver Surfer chasing after them, oh, that was really cool. Galactus' ship looked wonderful. I liked the way it looked. I will admit a tiny bit of sadness that they didn't show the fullness of the ship, because it's also supposed to be Galactus' home and not just like a machine that eats planets. Usually the machine part that eats planets is separate from his home in the comics, but it's that's not a big deal. I don't really care about that. I just really wish they would have reminded, because they did take a moment to show Galactus is like a person. When he lands on Earth, he takes a scoop of the Earth and like smells it like, you know, a hunter or someone who's like going into a new environment and trying to get a lay of the land. That I really liked, because it reminded you there's a person under all that power, under that cosmic force, that he is still a person. And I really wish they would have shown that through the ship's design in that moment. So yeah, like I said, overall, I really enjoyed this film. I do have the quibble of, I wish they had done a little more with the film, like added more time. I wish we had gotten a little more sequences for each one of them to show their personalities and to show their chemistry as a cast, and maybe just show more of the world building, because they clearly put a lot of work into that world building for there, and I really would have loved to have seen a little bit more of that, and maybe even a little more with Galactus and the Silver Surfer too. But yeah, those are my thoughts immediately coming out of the Fantastic Four. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear the conversation.